Do you think Kansas City is in Kansas, or that it's just a small town with nothing to do? Maybe you believe that Kansas City, Kansas was founded first, or that the weather here is always extreme. Well, it's time to set the record straight. In this video, I'll be debunking the 5 most common myths about living in Kansas City. Stay tuned. So let's jump right into it with the first myth. Kansas City is in Kansas. Well, this one is partially true. There are actually 2 Kansas Cities in 2 different states, Kansas and Missouri, and they're neighbors. However, the larger, more well-known Kansas City is on the Missouri side. I know, it makes no sense, but Kansas City, Missouri is where you'll find the downtown that you see in all of the photos, the iconic Union Station, the Country Club Plaza, and many more of the attractions that you think of when you think Kansas City. Well, they're located on the Missouri side. So when people talk about Kansas City's cultural and business hubs, they're often referring to Kansas City, Missouri. Let me give you a bit more context here. The city is divided by the Missouri River, with the larger and more famous Kansas City situated on the Missouri side. For example, when you hear about the Kansas City Chiefs and the Kansas City Royals, well, both of their stadiums are located on the Missouri side in the Truman Sports Complex. That's where the K and Arrowhead Stadium currently reside. Now, we don't know what the future plans are going to be of that, because both of the teams have talked about and are considering moving over to the Kansas side, which can add even more confusion. Meanwhile, Kansas City, Missouri is the heart of the metro area. It has a rich history and a vibrant cultural scene. The Missouri side is where you'll find major attractions like the National World War I Museum and the Nelson Atkins Art Museum and Union Station, and many of the entertainment hubs like the Power and Light District. But it's easy to see why people might get confused, because there is a Kansas City on the Kansas side. But knowing this can really help you understand the city's layout better. Kansas City, Kansas, while smaller, has its own charm and important areas such as the Kansas Speedway and Children's Mercy Park, home of Sporting KC, located in the Legends Outlets over in KCK. So both sides of the city offer their own unique experience. Understanding this division not only helps in navigating the city, but also in appreciating the diverse range of amenities and attractions Kansas City has to offer. Speaking of which, since Kansas City is in both states, many may ask which came first. So for myth number 2, Kansas City, Kansas was not founded first. This is another common misconception. Kansas City, Missouri was actually founded first in 1838 as a port town at the border of the Missouri River. Kansas City, Kansas, or KCK as we refer to it here, wasn't incorporated until 1872. The Missouri side has a longer history and has been the economic and cultural center of the region for much longer. The Westport District is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Kansas City, Missouri, and it still has that historic charm with an array of historic homes and old buildings. Here, you can visit places like Kelly's, which dates back to the 1800s, or the 1855 Harris Carney House Museum, to get a feel of the early days of the city. This rich history contributes to the vibrant culture and community spirit you find here today. The Missouri side is home to several historic landmarks and districts that reflect its long-standing heritage. For instance, the City Market, operating since 1857, is one of the largest and most enduring public farmers markets in the Midwest. The Missouri side has been pivotal in the region's growth, hosting key institutions down in the West Bottoms like the Kansas City Stockyards, which was the original downtown of Kansas City and played a significant role in the city's economic development before it flooded in the 50s. This side of Kansas City is also renowned for its contributions to jazz music and barbecue, adding to the rich tapestry of experience that define the city's identity. Now, before we get any further, if we haven't met yet, I'm Kyle, a local realtor here in KC, and if you're looking to buy, sell, invest, or relocate anywhere in the metro, reach out and we've got you covered. And don't forget to like and subscribe to stay in the know about all things Kansas City. Which leads me to myth number 3, Kansas City is a small town. Now, this couldn't be further from the truth. Kansas City is actually the 31st largest metropolitan area in the United States with a population of over 2 million people. It's a bustling city with a vibrant art scene, a thriving economy, and diverse neighborhoods. From the Crossroads Art District, which was formerly Film Row in the early 1900s, to serene parks and trails, there's so much to explore here. But let's talk more about what makes Kansas City more than just a small town. Downtown Kansas City, Missouri, for example, is anchored by the Power and Light District with over 50 restaurants, bars, shops, and a concert venue. And then right across the street is the T-Mobile Center, where many of the national acts that come through Kansas City perform. It's also home to the Big 12 basketball tournament every single March, where fans from all over the country come to take part in this vibrant atmosphere. It is palpable downtown during March and basketball season. Then you have the Crossroads Art District, known for its art galleries, studios, and creative spaces. First Fridays in the Crossroads is a must-visit event where local artists showcase their work, and the streets are filled with food trucks and live music. It's a perfect example of the creative energy that fuels this city. And don't forget about the Country Club Plaza, which recently sold to new owners and offers a beautiful mix of Spanish-inspired architecture and upscale shopping and dining. It's one of the popular destinations for both locals and visitors, offering everything from high-end boutiques to fine dining. Whether you're looking for entertainment, culture, shopping, or dining, Kansas City has the amenities and attractions of a major urban center, far from just pastures and farmland. Myth number 4, there's nothing to do in Kansas City. Let me tell you, there is no shortage of activities and entertainment in this city. In fact, Time Magazine recently named not one, but 2 Kansas City destinations on its 100 top places to visit in 2024. KC is known for its world-class barbecue, jazz music, and rich history. You can visit the Nelson Atkins Art Museum, catch a game at Arrowhead Stadium, take in the outdoors at one of our many parks, lakes, or green spaces, or explore the interactive exhibits at Science City. We have festivals, concerts, and cultural events happening all year round. And if you're a foodie, you're in for a treat. Not only is our barbecue legendary, but there's an assortment of top-tier culinary spots across the metro. Let's dive in a little deeper to some of these activities and entertainment options you have here in Kansas City. Now, I already mentioned the Nelson Atkins Art Museum, but it's worth mentioning again. It's world-renowned with collections spanning thousands of years in numerous cultures. The museum's sculpture garden on the front lawn is also a great place to relax and enjoy the outdoors. You can stroll through the garden and admire these large-scale sculptures, including the iconic shuttlecocks that are placed there. If you're a sports fan, well, you're in luck. Arrowhead Stadium is home of the Kansas City Chiefs and known for having the loudest fans in the NFL. Attending a game here is like nothing else that you've ever experienced, and you're not going to want to miss it. And Science City at Union Station offers hands-on exhibits and educational fun for the entire family. It's an interactive science center where kids and adults alike can learn about science through engaging displays and activities. Union Station itself is a historic landmark and a hub of activity with exhibits, restaurants, and special events throughout the year. For music lovers, Kansas City has a rich jazz heritage with places like the American Jazz Museum and the 18th and Vine Jazz District. The district is a vibrant area with live jazz performances, museums, and historic sites celebrating the city's musical legacy. The Blue Room is a famous jazz club in the district, offering live music several nights a week, and is a great place to experience the history and heritage of Kansas City's jazz scene. And don't get me started on the barbecue. With famous spots like Joe's Kansas City Barbecue, Chef Jay's, LC's, Slaps, Arthur Bryant's, the list goes on and on. Each of these barbecue joints has its own unique flavor, but they all share a commitment to slow-cooked, smoky, and delicious barbecue. Whether you prefer ribs, brisket, or burn-ins, you'll find something to satisfy those taste buds. Finally, 2 of the newest additions to Kansas City were recently named on Time Magazine's list of top 100 places to visit in the world? First, we have the Rabbit Hole, which is an immersive children's literature museum. This unique museum brings beloved children's books to life through interactive exhibits and storytelling. I took my kids here recently and they had a blast, but honestly, so did I. It's filled with all these books that I grew up reading, and there are all these reading nooks scattered throughout the space. And the second one on the list was CPKC Stadium, home of the KC Current, and the first venue ever constructed exclusively for a women's professional sports team. Its location is sparking a wave of development along the Missouri River, with nearly $1 billion to be invested over the next decade. So the next time someone tells you there's nothing to do in Kansas City, you'll know better. This city is bursting with activities, culture, and entertainment for everyone to enjoy. And finally, myth number 5, the weather in Kansas City is always extreme. While we do experience all 4 seasons here, the reality here is more subtle than some might expect. Yes, we have hot summers where temperatures often climb into the 90s, sometimes into the hundreds, and the humidity can be brutal, but it's also a great time to get out and enjoy the city's abundant parks and outdoor spaces. One of my favorites within the city is Loose Park, and it's ideal for getting outdoors, leisurely walks, or having a relaxing picnic with family and friends. Meanwhile, fall in Kansas City is truly breathtaking. With mild temperatures and vibrant fall foliage, it's a fantastic time to explore attractions such as the Kansas City Zoo or just drive down Ward Parkway. As winter settles in, temperatures do drop and sometimes well below freezing, but the city does come alive with holiday cheer. The plaza lights transform the Country Club Plaza into a winter wonderland, offering a magical backdrop for seasonal activities. Spring emerges as a favorite among locals and visitors alike, marked by blooming flowers and comfortably moderate temperatures. This is a good time to kick on that attic fan. It's the perfect season to visit attractions like the Overland Park Arboretum or Powell Gardens, where nature showcases its vibrant colors and puts on a show. However, this is also tornado season, and while tornadoes are a possibility, they're not overly common within the city. So while Kansas City does have its weather extremes, they're balanced by many beautiful, moderate days that make living here a unique and enjoyable experience. So there you have it, the 5 common myths about living in Kansas City debunked. I hope you enjoyed this video and it's given you a better understanding of what makes the city such a great place to live. If you're thinking about making a move, shoot me a call, text, or email, and my team and I would love to assist you. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out our other playlist here, and I'll see you on the next video.